All right. Hey everyone, Becky from Week 99er here. I'm still in New York with Drew from Ben Spark Family Adventures, and we are going to talk about the next 10. Are they all movies?
No, it's there's
10
movies,
titles.
cartoons, as well as television shows on the Disney Plus streaming service. We're talking Marvel.
We're talking about all of the things that were announced at Comic-Con, in Hall H,
Yeah.
by Kevin Feige.
Yeah,
Feige? Is that
Feige.
Feige.
Yeah.
And what we know about the movies, what we don't know, and
There's a lot
the
we don't
titles.
know.
There's a lot we don't know. So there's some we do, and we're gonna kind of go into a little bit. And this is gonna be part 1. Will be on my channel. Part 2 will be on Drew's. So we'll hit 5 titles on mine. That's a nice, easy place to cut, right? And then 5 on yours.
Exactly. That
Hopefully you don't have a preference of which ones, because I don't know.
No, that's what's
We'll just go straight down.
We can start right off with the Eternals because we know so much about it, each of us.
We don't know anything.
Yeah, we know very little of the Eternals. But the thing is, I have Marvel Unlimited, which has all the old Marvel comics on digital form. So I will go through and I'll read the run of the Eternals before the movie and get an idea of who these characters are and why.
And we should say too, he's more on the comic book dorky side. I'm the movie fan. I don't read comics. I pretty much haven't ever since I was a kid.
Before Civil War, I went back through and I read. There's a whole run of like 100 different comics from all across. That was Secret Wars, Civil War. It was just all these different things that occurred. So like what we're seeing now in the comics with the Skrulls, the fact they've introduced the Skrulls, that whole era of Secret Wars, with the Skrull Kree thing, all of that was like you never knew which character was actually a Skrull or which one wasn't.
So Infinity War, you went back and read everything too, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, I went.
So
I
you know how off they were.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be according to the comics. That's the thing. That's what I like about the movies is that they make these changes, which are fine. Overall, I don't have a problem with what they've done with the changes of different characters and how that. It doesn't have to follow closely the storyline of the comics. Like for example, in the comics, Captain America is shot and killed. At one point. He comes back.
Of course he does.
They all do.
Because
they all do.
That's Marvel.
Yeah.
Everybody's not really dead.
And at one point he turns into an old man and he comes back and so.
Do you think they're going to do that with this? They just made him an old man, or are they just going to let him age out?
I think he might. Yeah.
Because his contract's up. He didn't renew, right?
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do that because movies is kind of hard because people do continue to age, but comics, you can keep renewing them over and over and over again. But I think what they're doing a lot of passing the torch, and this with the Phase 4, this is another it's like Phase 1 was building. Yeah. Phase 2, you got to know these characters. Phase 3 is like it's a culmination of everything that you've done for those original movies, and then now Phase 4, we're in the building phase again. We have some to build on, but we have new characters to
starting over essentially.
I mean, and there are a bunch of new characters in the Eternals. Like for example, you get characters like Icarus, Kingo, Makari, characters I don't have.
Although with Icarus and Ajax, I think there's an Ajax on that list too.
Yeah, there's an Ajax on that.
Ajax.
And that's,
okay.
Yeah. But I mean, that could be.
Are we pulling back from like Greek literature?
There is a lot of what they call it, a lot of etymology found in comic books. And if we're not talking, if I can just jump out of Marvel for a second and go into Wildstorm. Yes, Wildstorm comics. There was a comic called Wildcats, and it was a fight between two races, the Damonites and the Cherubim. Okay. Demons and angels. And so I actually did an etymology project on that, and I brought in my action figures and told everybody about all the names of the characters and the etymology behind them. Such a nerd.
Wow, yeah. He's a lot nerdier than I am.
Nerd. But, okay, so the Eternals, we don't know enough about it, but we are going to, probably learn some more, or at least they're
going to be releasing, and that's the first one coming out, so they'll be releasing a lot more on the press on that. Yeah. What shocked me when they released this timeline is Phase 4 has 10 titles in 2 years. Yeah. There's 3 next year and 7 in 2020.
Right, but they're not all movies.
Yeah, but that's still a lot of titles. Granted, if you look at the Netflix titles and then the movies, there was a crap ton coming out over the past few years.
And you know what? Those did not mesh with each other. No. So like even
Angels of S.H.I.E.L.D. tried, but they didn't. They gave spoilers.
Season. the first season, and maybe there was a couple of other things, like, for instance, because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., basically in Captain America Winter Soldier,
They gave spoilers
they-
on the TV show before everybody saw the movie.
but they were tearing down S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
You know, S.H.I.E.L.D. was getting torn down, so here you got this show called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is ending next year at the 7th season.
Which, of all the Marvel titles,
Yeah.
that's my least favorite. And I
Really?
think it's because the movies are based off the comics,
Yeah.
however loosely. But they're this own entity, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is written from a TV perspective.
Right.
It's very episodic,
Yeah.
obviously, but it's just very different how they write it.
Right.
And I think it doesn't have the same feeling. So I know
Yeah.
Jason, my boyfriend, watches it,
Yeah.
but for me, it's just kind of meh.
Yeah.
Although my favorite tank top is an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. one. That's actually the one I have in the hotel room, and then at night it glows in the dark and it has Hydra.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Fantastic t-shirt.
Oh, that's
for
really
tank
cool.
top. But yeah,
Yeah.
so, as much as I dislike the show,
Yeah. you like
favorite
that.
tank top.
That's cool.
Yeah, sorry,
but-
total tangent.
Yeah, we went. So that was the Eternals. Now,
What's next?
what the next one we do know more about is Falcon and Winter Soldier.
And this is picking up,
The Falcon and Winter Soldier, which Falcon, it's actually picking up at the end of Endgame.
yeah, where he's handed the shield by
yeah.
Captain.
So,
Captain
You know,
America,
Sam is
Cap.
now Captain America, and it's probably going to deal with him becoming Captain America and getting the world to recognize that he's Captain America.
Yes.
And then there's probably going to be, I would say, sort of a buddy cop vibe to me. This only because these two they're at odds with each other. They're friends now.
So odd
but
couple.
Kind of an odd couple sort of thing,
Okay.
yeah. But the two of those guys together, I don't think it's going to be a comedy or anything
It
like that.
could be.
But I think it's going to be more of a buddy cop thing.
And who's directing that one?
It doesn't.
Does it say?
It does not say the director, but it does say that Daniel Bruhl will be the villain, Baron Zemo, and he actually put out
I don't know anything
a
about
special. He put out a special video and put on the Baron Zemo mask,
Okay.
and so it's like it's almost like a knit cap sort of thing, like that covers your face, but it's a purple. He's going on full on Baron Zemo, supervillain in this, so that's pretty cool.
I don't know who that is either, so.
Oh well, in
Again, not a comic
yeah,
book.
but in
So-
Civil War, Captain America Civil War, he's
Yeah.
the guy who orchestrated everybody to fight against each other.
Got it. Okay.
He's Baron Zemo.
Got it.
Okay, so that's going to be Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yeah. Did you want to say something else about that one?
No.
Okay.
The next one is the Shang-Chi.
and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
And I don't know anything about this one.
Okay, well the title of it's going to tell you that we're talking about the Mandarin. And the Mandarin, as we know in Iron Man 3, he was an actor, but he's not. The actual Mandarin, there's actually a Mandarin, they're actually
So
going
how are
to
they
do
gonna-
the Mandarin.
How are they going to rectify that, I wonder? Because they had somebody pretending to be this bad guy
Yeah.
who wasn't the bad guy.
Right.
Which we know he wasn't the bad guy.
Right.
So I'm just curious how they're going to say, oh, so while he really wasn't the bad guy, now we actually have this bad guy by
Yeah.
that same name.
Well, I think what they're going to do is like, what's his name? The guy who orchestrated all of it. He had to get that based on something that was true.
But why would you
So-
take the exact same name?
Because.
So is it going to be the Mandarin? Or are they going to change the name in this movie?
Well,
or
no, it's going to be the Mandarin because it's being played by Tony Leung.
okay. So
so-
and Mandarin was introduced in Iron Man, but he's not.
But
Iron
it
Man
wasn't
is
the
done.
actual one. Right. Right.
So Iron Man.
Yeah. So Shang-Chi, he's it's actually going to be, but Simu Liu, I don't know if I'm saying that right, he's in the title role of Shang-Chi. He is a Canadian-Chinese actor, and he is going to be that character. One of the things, he's a martial artist, and also I read that the character can do, he can kind of multiply himself a bit.
Multiplicity.
Not multiplicity, but it was something else the way they said it. But I have again
Self-duplication.
self-duplication. That's what it is. So the next thing that I'm going to also do is I'm going to have to read up the comic books on Shang-Chi.
Okay.
Find out more about that. So that's another character.
So you'll have to look up and watch
Yeah.
his videos because I'm sure he'll have more explanations
Yeah.
on all of it.
Yeah, and that'll be a movie that's coming out in February of 2021, so I have plenty of time to do that, so my video might not come out for any time. That's it.
So then is WandaVision, which is going to have to be a prequel.
No, not necessarily, because it's not necessarily a prequel. I know that
They could
the
put
Vision's
Vision
dead.
into something else.
It could be that she's having visions of Vision because she's so distraught about him being killed. That, I mean, they were in love.
No, that's going to be a little dark, if
Well,
that's the case. I mean,
But it is going to be a little dark, but at the same time, that's going to roll right into the Doctor Strange, which
where
is
she
actually
is
going to be
also
one of
in.
the first horror movies
Excited
that the
for
MCU is
that.
going to do. We'll get to that one in a moment. But I would like to point out too that they're also going to have another character there who is going to be Monica Rambeau. And now Monica Rambeau is Photon, is a character named Photon, and this is actually going to be the grown-up
version
daughter
from Captain
of-
Marvel.
from Captain Marvel. It's the grown-up girl from Captain Marvel is going to be, not that same actress, but
No, because that
you
little
know,
girl's still
yeah,
pretty
she's
little.
obviously. So that is going to be a character who's going to be in that show, and that's going to be on the Disney streaming app.
Oh, so WandaVision is a TV series.
Yep. It's
Oh, okay.
Disney Plus.
So that one scene is the little girl is going to be an adult.
Yep.
That is most likely future.
Right.
So it's either he is a Vision or they somehow put Vision into another being or something.
I mean, it's possible that they can bring him back.
I
you
mean,
know.
it does have Paul Bettany, so
Yeah.
I mean, us ladies will be happy.
It-
But
It's very possible that he can be brought back. So.
I mean, he was kind of a sentient type being, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think he could be brought back, but I feel like Shuri and Pete Parker work together. I'm sure that they can do that.
They could do something,
They could
right?
do something.
Yeah.
Something. All right. So how many is that?
That was 3?
No, it was
4.
4.
Oh, you get Doctor Strange.
4.
So we have Loki.
Actually, we could pop.
No.
All right.
We can do Loki.
All right. So Loki.
Loki, I'm excited because that was
Yeah.
one of when we left Endgame. And sorry if there's spoilers if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Too bad at this
It's,
point.
It's
I mean,
so many people see
really.
it.
I mean, it's broken. It's the most watched. I mean, it's made the most money
Yeah.
in theaters
Yeah.
ever.
Just
It beat Avatar.
Yep.
When we left, we had 8 or 9 points that Jason and I were going through, and we wanted to, we're like, this didn't happen, and this didn't happen, and this wasn't answered, and one of them was Loki.
Mhm.
Because Loki gets away,
Right.
and they change, at that point, what happens with Loki.
Right.
And we're like, he's still alive. We
Yeah.
know he's not killed, So, it was kind of one of those things, and
Yeah.
now they're addressing it. Now, is this one going to be a movie or a
This is a show on Disney streaming.
I want a movie.
It's a show.
Does it have Hiddleston?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Then we're good.
Tom
Then we're
Hiddleston's
okay.
coming
We're
back.
good.
But it's answering the question, where
I
did
was in my
Loki go?
priorities.
No, it's answering the question, where did Loki go when he took the space stone? So when he takes the Tesseract, where'd he go? Yeah.
Where's he go? What's he do?
Yeah.
And at that point in his history too, he really didn't have his really changing of his character either.
Right. He did not.
So
no.
he's still kind of a bad Loki.
Yeah, he did not go through
He's still the
that
trickster.
change. Yeah, so he's still the trickster.
I mean,
Well, all right. That's 5 of those.
Yes.
We're gonna have to go to the other 5 over on the other side, over on my channel.
yes.
So why don't we wrap this up here?
All
We'll
right.
talk about that because we can keep on talking all day about Marvel movies.
So the last 5, well, we could, although these
could.
ones we don't know that much about
Yeah.
all of them. So the last 5 will be on Drew's channel, which is Ben Spark Family Adventure.
Right, and if you look up Drew Bennett.
Yeah, Drew Bennett pulls it up a lot easier because
Yeah.
I've had problems pulling you
Well,
up.
when you call it Ben Spark, it's actually like a leg exercise in German. It's a leg,
Is it?
It's leg press in German. Yes, so people doing leg press videos.
Look you up. You have a good German viewing.
I don't know. I should probably just start doing some leg press videos.
You should start using that as keywords and
I
see
should.
how many
I should.
people start following
Yeah.
your channel. All right, so make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We'll have more information, and I'll put it in the cards as well as the notes below, so you can find out about the last 5 titles.
Yes.
So that's it.